Well, good morning everyone and welcome to the show. Today, that's Fernando's car.
It's a car lab day.
That's right. What are we doing in Car Stereo Lab today? We're gonna swap out amplifiers. So let's get to it. A few months back, we did a special with Arc Audio where they sent us this guy here, the new Moto 720. This is a perfect amp to put in the lab. It's small, it takes an 8 gauge, it's a ton of power. I think it's one of the biggest amps we've actually tested in the car, and it's got a lot of cool features. And cool features to me, well, hey, I love talking about cool features. Right off the bat, one of the coolest features is these switches over here. These are the speaker load switches. For us, we're gonna be running it 4 ohm stereo, and we're also gonna be running it bridged 4 ohm mono. Switching these will give us the max power out of the amplifier at 4 ohms. That's not to say you won't get more power at 2 ohms, but we'd have to flick the switch here and run it at 2 ohm. We will get a little bit more power if we were doing a 2 ohm load, but we're not. We're doing a 4 ohm load. So when we flick this, it tells the amplifier to give us all the power it can at 4 ohms, which is about 150 watts. Now on the rear channel, we're going to bridge it, and because we can do 2 ohm stereo, that means we're gonna do 4 ohm mono. We're gonna be using a 4 ohm sub on it, so we wanna make sure we leave that switch this way, which will be 4 ohm mono. So these are switches you have to set before you put it in the car, but the nice thing about it is they'll give you the most power out of the amplifier. I mean, 150 by 2 for the front channels, that's a ton of power out of this little tiny amplifier. Now a couple other things, and we'll take it in order. You have an 8 gauge power and ground input. You have these cables here, which are for your input. They just plug in like this. You have input selection as speaker or RCA. This is for turn on. It has several different ways it will turn on. We'll see that once we flip it over and pull off the top. You have your speaker inputs, of course, the 2 switches we just talked about, and then your other set of speaker inputs here. Now, mono is striped on the bottom, so you have positive and negative, and then of course it goes positive, negative, positive, negative. Now inside you get the cool little feet to mount it. If you're going to make a bracket to mount it, you can. Otherwise, you can screw the feet onto it here. It's designed to go into an application where you might have to make a specific panel, say in a motorsport vehicle of some kind, motorcycle, ATV, wave runner, you know, anything that is like where you're going to have a panel that might need to be, you get the idea. Of course, we have this nice aluminum panel here. There's 4 screws. Let's pull those off. Because it is just a straight aluminum panel, you can run it this way or you can run it this way. That allows for multiple mounting options. Underneath here, we have our 2-channel, 4-channel input selector. So if we're just gonna be running 2 channels of input into it, meaning not front or rear, just like a Bluetooth dongle, or in this case, we just have the front wires tapped in the lab, we can switch it to 2-channel input, and that will populate all 4 inputs. We have our crossover located here, which is from 50 to 500 hertz, low pass, high pass, or off, both channels, gain control. So the switch here is for the remote turn on like we talked about. It has signal sense capability. So if you just have audio, you can have it turn on by hearing audio. You have off, which means you're just gonna be using 12 volts to turn it on. Or you have DC offset. DC offset is a 6 volt DC that rides over the audio that comes from the factory amplifier. Basically, you only use that if you're doing high level, and it is a great way to turn on the amplifier if you are doing high level. And then you have a 4-channel stereo or 2-channel bridge switched here. We're gonna be running all 4 channels on it. It's going to be a 3-channel amplifier, so we'll leave it for 4-channel. On this side of the amplifier, they kind of give you a breakout on how everything is gonna work. Next, we wanna get this top off because there's actually fuses inside of the amplifier. So using a plastic pry tool in the corner, you can get the top cover off. Inside, you'll see, of course, all the cool guts. Look at that, isn't that cute? That's awesome. And then you'll see 2 30 amp fuses over here. If anything ever happens to this and you're like, whoa, wait the heck, I have voltage coming in, here's where the fuses are. And of course, no video would be complete without a close-up view of all the cool internals in the amplifier. Now that we know a little bit more about this amplifier, I'm pretty excited about it. That's 150 watts to those front speakers. That's pretty much the most power we've ever put to the front speakers in your car. We tested a lot of these small little amplifiers in here. For those of you guys that are new to Car Stereo Lab, let's take a look at what we got going on. So in the back of Fernando's G35, we have some subwoofers that we switch out depending on what we're doing. In this case right now, we're running some dual 6.5 inch ported enclosure. But for this, we're gonna be swapping it out for our 1 8-inch because we need a 4 ohm load. Inside, we have a couple couple of amplifiers that are always in here, which are these two guys right here. We have our Stinger X-type fused distribution center over here, and for right now we're using a Rockford Fosgate DSR1 that has the DSP. Everything is powered off of the factory radio. It's a lab in the sense that it's a full test bench. The whole purpose of this is so we can put parts in and out quickly and see how they sound, which is great because we want to get this amplifier in as fast as possible and see how it sounds. We have all our lab wires connected to them. The amplifiers that are in here right now we can just disconnect, and now we can add in this guy. And I had said we were going to put this for 2-channel mode. We're actually going to do it for 4-channel mode. I forgot we had a DSP in here to control the subwoofer. So I flipped the switch back, and now we're connected to our DSP. Our DSP has the 12-volt output, so we'll make sure this is set to the off position. Over here we have the Stinger power blocks. We just have to pull the covers off, and we can install the wire directly into here. Over here we have barrier strips that we have the speaker wires connected to, so we can just pull these guys off. And just like Superman at a phone booth, we've gone ahead and hooked up this ARC amplifier. Of course, the last step is dropping the subwoofer in, and then we can go ahead and listen to this thing and see how it sounds. Now right now we just have the gain set to 0. We'll adjust the gains in a minute once we hear it and, you know, get to play with it a little bit. So right now we have no gain adjustment done whatsoever. We're at 0 everything. Does it sound louder?
It's sound a little bit louder.
Now we have the other amps that we have in the lab optimized. That means let's optimize these amplifiers and get the most out of them that we can.
Yes.
Let's grab the DD1. Alright, so we have signal. So that's the highs. Now we're gonna go -5 at 40 dB for the sub. Alright, there we go. Our amp is now maximized for output. We'll screw the leads back in and put the subwoofer in and see how it sounds now. I don't know about you, but
it's loud.
It's loud. I mean, for the footprint, holy crap.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, we do a lot of cars and we sit inside of a lot of systems, and
every day.
Every day, and we max them out because we know that at some point that's what you're gonna do. You know, you're not doing this because you're gonna play it at 25%.
No.
You're gonna balls to the wall all day long.
If they say your max is 25, you go to 26.
Exactly. That's why the wall is there, so you can run through it. So naturally, when we put something in the lab, we're going to test it. We want to make sure that it's the most that we can get out of it. And this is just...
This is loud. Definitely.
Wow.
It changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's essentially double the power of what we were running previously. Almost the same size footprint. If you take like both of the amplifiers that we have, just stacked, maybe a little smaller, but either way, it's a lot of power.
It's a lot of power, yes.
Wow. I guess we're gonna leave this one in for a little while.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I like that one.
Okay, that's awesome. Well, hey guys, if you're looking for something that's a lot of power, I mean a ton of power, small footprint, I mean, there might be something else out there.
Exactly.
It's okay. This is what we've tested. If you have an amplifier that you want us to test, by all means, let us know. We'll give it a test. We'll put it in the lab and we'll run it through its paces. But for right now, we're done with the lab. Enjoy your Moto 720 ARC audio amplifier. You're lucky. At least you got a stereo in your car. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. As always, you have a wonderful day. We'll see you later next time.
Bye.